I thought I'd carry on with the theme that Katie was working with, and I know Katie's going to do some more of this with you guys tomorrow. We worked on the Manipura chakra on Monday, I think it was, and then we worked on the sacral chakra on Tuesday. I'm going to do some work on our Manipura chakra today, on our solar plexus sun center, because I think it's probably really relevant at this time. So it doesn't matter if we do loads of it, and if you do it with me today and then do some more of it with Katie tomorrow. Oh, hang on, somebody's coming in a little bit late. Just click that. Okay, so we're going to be focusing on this area of the body and the upper part of the abdomen. And while I'm talking about it, let's get started. So we're going to start by lying down. Just have to keep on letting people in. Hang on a second. Hi, Kim. Morning. So we're going to start off and we're going to lie down on our backs. Let me just lose this baggy hoodie. Okay, so you're going to lie down on your back and you're going to lie with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. You're just going to bring your hands and I want you to just feel underneath your lowest rib. Okay, so get right in the centre, underneath your sternum, and just have a good poke into that area with your fingers. And then just let the hands relax. So your fingertips are just pressing on that area underneath the base of your sternum. And you're just going to close your eyes. And just be really aware of that space. So solar plexus is located in this area, in between the 12th thoracic vertebrae, so the bottom of the thoracic spine, and the first lumbar vertebrae. So pretty much the area where your fingers are resting now. Just be aware of that space. So we breathe diaphragmatically. You feel this area rising with the inhalation, sinking with the exhalation. But often we don't. And that's the first thing we're going to do in the practice this morning. We're just going to clear that area. So we try to get a little bit more movement into the diaphragm as we breathe. Often this area is really quite stuck and blocked. So you're going to start to press with your fingers. And if you've just eaten or you've just had a cup of tea, then that might make you feel a bit sick. So don't push too hard. We're going to press with your fingers and take a really deep breath in. And see if you can get the feeling that your diaphragm is pushing down and pushing your fingers out of the way. And then you're going to sigh the breath out through your mouth. And again, breathing in, so you feel like the movement of the diaphragm is pushing the fingers down and out of the way. And then sigh your breath out. And then you're going to move your fingers out about an inch on either side. And do the same thing. So breathing in, so you feel like you're pushing your fingers down and out of the way. And then sigh the breath out. Maybe your fingers sink a little bit further underneath the ribs. Do that again in the same spot. Inhale. And big sigh out. And then you're going to move your fingers out about another inch. So you've got all 4 fingers pressing, so you're covering quite a wide area. Pushing underneath the ribs with your fingertips. And as you inhale, just see if you can breathe in such a way that the fingers are forced out from underneath the ribs. And then sigh the breath out. Maybe your fingers go even deeper underneath your ribs. And again, deep breath in. And then sigh the breath out. Smooth the hands out again. Coming around the side of the waist now, but still feeling underneath that lowest part of the rib cage. Perhaps a little weaker in the movement here. Sigh the breath out strongly. Feel the fingers sink in. And then take a deep breath and see if you can breathe right down into the lower lobes of the lungs, pressing the fingers out of the way, and then release. And just bring both of your hands to rest on your belly. Maybe you can be a little bit more aware of that feeling of rising and falling in the belly as you breathe. Just close your eyes and really focus on that area. So Manipura chakra, or the solar plexus energy center. Manipura translates as lustrous gem or city of jewels. And it's the center of our willpower. Often when we have a feeling of fear or we're lacking courage, we can feel butterflies in our tummy, we feel nervous. We feel it in this area of the body. This is an area where we feel intense emotions. So not only things like fear, anxiety, often anger, but also an area where we can feel immense joy and connection. It's the root of all belly laughs. Breathe into that space. And as you breathe here, you might want to visualize the color of this center in your body is a bright, sunny yellow. And the element is fire. Fire in your belly, symbolizing courage, strength, power. I'm going to work on strengthening that willpower in the practice this morning. Let's release the hands. Let's bring the hands down to the floor by the side of the hips. Oops, somebody else is trying to come in. Morning, Maggie. And what we're going to do here is we're going to inhale, we're going to float the arms over behind the head. Nice feeling of length through the belly. And then as you exhale, simply lower your arms down to the floor by the side of your hips. Let's do that again. Breathing in. Feel that abdominal space opening up as you take the arms overhead. And then exhale as you lower down. Movement follows the flow of the breath. Lower down. The diaphragm, shake the arms over. This inhale as you take arms overhead. As you exhale, knee towards your chest and hands come down. And then you inhale, take the arms overhead, put your foot back on the floor exactly where it was. It's like there are footprints that you're placing your into. Alternate sides. Exhale, the left knee comes in. And inhale. Arms sweep overhead, you the left foot exactly where it was. Now if you want to take this a little bit further, maybe a little bit more strongly, you can start to curl your
Hi, Mary.
Mary?
Mary, we've lost you. Yeah, you've gone, Mary. I can't hear you either.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Mary.
Sound is gone.
And the vision.
Where's she gone? Where's she gone?
Yeah,
1 second.
I've lost you too.
Okay.
There you go. You're back.
Merlin, if you can hear me,
You're back now. You're back.
Steve Stanley's woken up and turned the text on. Am I back? Okay. So, not quite sure what happened then. My internet dropped out. I'll just get my husband to go and check whether our teenage son's just woken up and put the X button.
Yes, that'll be it. That'll be it.
Okay. So if you've got your camera on, if you can turn it off, then we use a bit less bandwidth. I think this just seems to be particularly busy. So if you're able to switch your camera off, then we might get a better signal. Okay, so sorry about that. Okay, so when you're ready, if you come back down onto your back, and we were just raising arms overhead with the in-breath, and then we were curling the knee in, and scooping your head up towards your knee as you exhale, with a real feeling of kind of hollowing the belly out. Inhale, the arms reach overhead. Exhale, curling your knee and really scooping under as you bring your head to your knee. Inhale, extending. Exhale, scooping the belly out. Feel the diaphragm flattening as you curl up. Good. One last time. Exhale. And then finish with the arms overhead. And we'll bring both knees into the chest. Have a little rock from side to side. Okay. Slightly different. Hands come down to the floor by the side of the hips. Lift the legs up into the air. And then you exhale, just bend the knees and bring your hands down by the side of your hips. Again, follow the breath. Inhale, opening up. Feel that you're drawing down through the abdominal muscles here. Exhale, lower the arms. Feeling the diaphragm moving up, just as we did with that beginning practice. Can you still not hear me? Okay. Okay. I'll just go. Thank you. Okay, and again, if you wish to go a little bit further, then on the breath, you can lift head and shoulders away from the floor and just reach beyond the toes. Inhale, arms extending overhead. Exhale, curling in, really starting to feel that work in the belly. Inhale, reaching, extending. Exhale as you empty out. Good. And then just curling into a ball. You can bring your head to your knees, have a little rock from side to side, massaging your back into the floor. And take out, wrist here. Inhale. As you exhale, both knees towards your right elbow. Turn your head to the left. Exhale as you pull back to center. Inhale as you pause here. Exhale, take the knees over to the left. Again, inhale, pause. Exhale, pull back through your belly as you roll to center. Inhale, pause. Exhale, take the knees towards the right elbow. Keep them nice and high if you can. Exhale, pull back through the center. Once more to the left. Inhale. Exhale, dropping the knees across. Head turns to the right. Take a breath in. Pull back through the belly. Coming to center. Wrap your arms around your legs. Have a little rock from side to side. And then we're going to over right. And come around to a seated position. Okay, so sitting with crossed. If it's not comfortable to sit with your legs crossed, then do please sit with your legs out front instead. Hands resting on the knees, and we're going to exhale as we round the back, kind of like a cat movement here. We're going to inhale as we lift the heart, shoulders pull down. Just arching back a little bit, tilt sideways so you can see better. Exhaling, rounding, hollowing out the belly again.
Inhale, lifting and opening through the front body. Exhale. And inhale, opening up. Exhale. Inhale. Relax the shoulder, the shoulders look around. I'm going to bring that on the shoulder here. Take a twist, but this is really quite a dynamic twist. And as we twist, we're going to really use the breathing to work into this kriya. So this is a kriya, so a cleansing. And what we're going to do is we're going to breathe out quite fiercely through the mouth. With each exhalation, you're going to push the breath out through the mouth. But you're just going to let the inhale happen organically. So the breath kind of sounds like this. The aspects of the train. So you're going to twist to your right, to the middle as you breathe in, to the left, to the middle as you breathe in. And we do that quite quickly. Okay, so start by taking a breath into your nose, and then we just twist. Once more to each side, and back to the center. Release your hands, place your hands onto your knee, close your eyes, and just be very much aware of that center of power, right body. Breathe into it. Good. And across your legs, we'll have the other leg in front. A much more gentle twist. Inhale, arms up overhead. Feel the sun radiating out from belly. Exhale as you cross your left hand over onto your right knee and look back over your shoulder. I'm going to stay here for 3 deep breaths. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, see if you can find a little bit more rotation, really working into the liver, the stomach, the spleen, all the organs governed by that Manipura chakra. Inhaling, the arms reach overhead again. Exhale, rotating to the left, looking back over the left shoulder. You just hook the back of your hand around your knee. Breathe, lengthening with the inhale, and just twisting a little bit further, a little bit deeper with the out breath. Good. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, simply lower the hands, little circle in your shoulders. We're going to make our way around onto our hands and knees. So just bringing yourself around onto all fours and pressing your hands down into the mat. Let's work in cat here, but let's really focus on that particular area. So remember, we said it's the very bottom of the thoracic spine. Your thoracic spine is anything that's got ribs attached to it. So if you just remind yourself where your bottom rib is, you can feel with your fingers and just visualize that area of your spine. And think about drawing that area forward as you inhale. So drawing forward just above your navel, and then as you exhale, rounding your back and drawing that area in. Inhale, drawing forward, the heart moves forward, the abdomen lengthens, and exhaling, rounding. Again, inhale, opening up, lengthening through the front body. Exhale, rounding, press your hands forward through the mat. Inhale, opening up again. And then coming into a neutral position, we're going to take the right leg out behind. Inhale, exhale, curl your right knee to your nose. Inhale, extend that leg back. Exhale, curl your knee to your nose. Again, inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale, play.
And exhale. And pop your knee down onto the floor. Let's do it with the other side. Take the left leg back. Make sure your pelvis is level. Deep breath in. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reaching back. Exhale, curling in. Inhale, reaching out. Exhale, curling in. Inhale. Exhale. And again, inhale. This time, exhale, just pop your knee down on the ground. We're going to work into our plank position. Slide your right leg back, tuck your toes under. Slide your left leg back, coming into a plank. Shoulder back away from the ears. So we did this yesterday, but we were on our forearms. This is maybe a little bit more of a challenge. Hold it. Draw those lower ribs in. Feel that center of power and energy in the center of your body, bringing you strength. Draw on strength for these last breaths as you stay. And then slowly drop your knees and sit all the way back onto your heels. Lovely stretch out through the back. You might want to drop your elbows, you might want to circle your wrists a little bit here, just rotating. Good. And then let's bring the arms out in front. So inhale to hands and knees. We're going to tuck the toes under. We're going to exhale back into our plank position. Inhale as you stay in your plank. Exhale, lift into downward facing dog. So just lift the hips nice and high. Inhale, come back into your plank. Draw those lower ribs in. Feel that strength in your belly. And then exhale, knees to the floor. Sit back onto your heels. Let's just do that one more time. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale into your plank. Stay as you breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in here. Moving forward into your plank. Exhale, good. Inhale. Exhale, knees to the floor. Sit back onto your heels. Lovely stretch out through your mind. Just be aware of that feeling of power and strength in your belly as you rest in your child's. You can feel the pressure of your belly against your thighs, restricting the movement of your diaphragm, maybe sending the breath into the back of the rib cage. Let's take this a stage further. We're going to inhale, hands and knees. Tuck your toes under. This time exhale back straight into your downward facing dog. And we're going to take the right leg high into the air. Reach that right leg up. Good. Take a breath in. As you exhale, curl your right knee in towards your chest and move forward into your plank. Now, if that's too strong, come onto your knee on that leg. Inhale, right leg roots up and back. Exhale, forward towards your plank. Inhale, reaching up, extend. Exhale, forward. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Really drawing the lower ribs in, exhale forward, and then coming back into downward facing dog. Let's just come to the knees, sit back onto the heels, just to give your shoulders a little stretch out. You might want to wriggle your fingers here a little bit. Remember, if you're tired, you can just work from your hands and knees. You don't need to do downward dog if it's a bit much for your shoulders or your wrists. Let's inhale again, hands and knees. Tuck the toes, exhale back, downward facing dog. And we're going to inhale as we take the left leg up. Exhale, curl your knee to your chest as you come forward into your plank. Inhale, reaching up and back. Really focus on drawing the lower ribs in as you come forward. Last time, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, forward, knee to chest. Inhale, take that left leg high, and as you exhale, pop your left foot down, walk out your legs. We're going to step the right foot in between the hands, dropping the left knee down to the ground. Draw your chest forward, draw your shoulders back, bring yourself up into a low lunge. Shoulders over the hips, We're just going to roll the shoulders back. We're going to take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, and just stretch down towards the back of your left knee. Breathe into that power center. Feel the strength, feel the heat, the warmth. And if you're feeling pretty powerful, you might want to push through your back heel and lift your back knee off the floor. Or if you feel like the sun hasn't quite risen yet, keep your back knee down on the mat. Good. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands. We're going to step back, downward facing dog. Same thing on the other side. You can take the left leg high if you want to, or you can just step it through, making sure you have your knee over your ankle. Move the foot forward manually if you need to. Let's lunge the hips forward, right up onto your fingertips, and then lift up. Good. So keep that feeling, the hips dropping forward, the heart lifting up, nice and open through the front body. And let's just roll the shoulders a little bit. And we'll interlace the fingers. Stretch your hands down towards the back of your right knee. Lovely deep breaths, feeling that power, that strength in your belly. Good. And if you wish, you can tuck those back toes under and push through the back heel, really strong in the back leg as you lift up. And on an exhalation, release your hands down, step it back, downward facing dog. Just walk out the legs in downward facing dog. And then we'll take little steps to walk the feet forward and walk the hands back. Coming into your hairpin, belly on your thighs, maybe the ribs on your thighs, let your head hang down. And we're going to hold around the elbows with the hands. So Uttanasana, forward fold. We're going to take a slight variation here. From here, just take your right hand and hold around the outside of your left calf. And then take your left hand either onto your lower back, or if you are more flexible, you could hook your fingers around the top of your right thigh. Rolling that top shoulder back. Nice deep breaths. Lovely twists. Twists, as we know, work with the function of the liver, with the digestive system. Also really good for releasing anger. All of this tying in with this Manipura chakra. Okay, let's release. Changing sides. So grab around the outside of your right calf with your left hand. Bring your right hand either to your lower back or hook your fingers around. Maybe you're working with straight legs, maybe you're working with bent knees, doesn't matter. Be with your breath. Lovely, last breath in there. And we'll exhale to release. Let the arms drop. Give your shoulders a shake and slowly roll it up. All the way up to standing. I'm just going to come and shift to my second camera position. Okay, and we're going to work through some sun salutations. So, standing at the short edge of your mat, bring your hands together at your heart center, feet a comfortable distance apart, feet are parallel. Just take a moment to ground down through your feet, the earth beneath you. Sun shining in your belly, and the crown of your head reaching way up beyond into the center of the universe, if you like. Exhale. We're going to inhale. We're going to take the arms up above the head. Lift your chin and look up at your thumbs. And then exhale. Bend your knees, folding forward, belly to thighs, ribs to thighs, chest to thighs. We're going to grab the ankles. Heart moves forward on the inhale. Lift the sitting bones up. And then fold in half as you exhale. Bend the knees, open the arms to the side, squeeze the shoulder blades, reach up. And then exhale as you bring your hands to your heart. And again, breathing in, reaching up, lengthening. Breathing out, bend your knees and fold forward over your legs. Draw your heart forwards as you inhale and fold in half as you exhale. Bend the knees, arms open wide, inhale, come all the way up. And on your exhalation, bring your hands to your heart and for a moment close your eyes. Now often our sun salutation loses its true meaning. It becomes part of our warm-up. It becomes salutation to the ceiling rather than salutation to the sun. But traditionally, this practice would always be done facing towards the east, towards the rising sun. And I'd like you now, if you can, just to keep your eyes closed and to visualize that you're standing in the early morning, facing towards the horizon as that huge ball of fire begins to rise. See the glow in the sky before you, feel its gentle warmth penetrating every cell in your body with its life-giving energy. Visualize that sunrise before you, and keeping your eyes closed and keeping focused on that visualization, we're going to inhale, we're going to raise the arms, opening your body, the potential of the sun. And exhaling, bending the knees and folding forwards. The fingertips come to the earth. You've still got your eyes closed. You're honouring the earth, bowing to its power. Drawing the heart forward, maybe lifting your face a little, feeling the rays of the sun. And then exhaling as you fold in half, dropping the weight of your head. Bend the knees, open the arms, feel the sun's warmth shining on your body as you reach your arms up overhead, lifting your chin as though you were looking at your thumbs. And then exhale and sweep your hands back to your heart. Namaste. When you're ready, open the eyes. And we're going to take a couple of rounds of Surya Namaskar A, or Sun Salutation A. So Katie and I both do sun salutations in a slightly different way because we come from different yoga backgrounds. So this will be familiar to some of you and slightly different to the rest of you. So just stay with me, it's quite simple. We're going to inhale, we're going to take the arms up, lifting the chin, looking to the thumbs. And then we're going to exhale, folding forward, just as we did, belly to thighs, ribs to thighs, and your fingertips come down. Draw your heart forward as you breathe in. Hold your breath in, and you're going to step one foot and then the other into a straight line plank position. I've probably gone slightly out of shot here. You're going to bring your knees to the floor, exhale your chest to the floor, and then come into a little low cobra with your bottom ribs on the ground. Shoulders draw down. Let's hold here for a couple of breaths. Lengthening through the front belly as you inhale. And shoulders sinking down as you exhale. And again, lengthen on your in-breath. Shoulders sink down as you exhale. Good. Now tuck your toes under, press with your hands, and come back with bent knees into downward facing dog. Nice long spine. Follow your breath. Feel that power in your belly. Two things we can do here. We can step one foot and then the other, or we can lift to the balls of the feet as we inhale and spring to the front of the mat. Exhaling, folding in half, you're back in your hairpin, doesn't matter how you got there. And then inhale as the arms float up and we look up at the hands. Exhale, hands come back to the heart. So we always have the option of either stepping or jumping or floating the feet back. So you choose what works best for you. Let's inhale, the arms come up again, lift the chin up to the thumbs. Exhale, folding forward. Draw the heart forward on the breath in. Hold the breath, and you can either step one foot and then the other into your plank, or you can spring back into that plank position. We'll bring the knees to the floor, chest to the floor, lengthening forward into your cobra, or if you're more flexible, you could roll it up into upward facing dog, coming onto the tops of the feet. Lengthen pubic bone to navel, navel to sternum, sternum to the base of the throat, and then rolling back into downward facing dog. Be with your breath. Listen to the sound of the breath. Feel the strength that it gives you. And then let's bend the knees, look to the hands, and either step one foot and then the other, or you can bunny hop your feet forward, doesn't matter which. Exhale, fold in half, bend the knees, inhale, come all the way up, arms reach up overhead. And on the exhalation, bring your hands back, namaste. Pause, just be with the breath. And then we're going to step out to the side. Nice wide stance, about the length of your leg distance apart. You're going to bend your right knee, spin your right foot out 90 degrees. Come onto the toes of your back foot, press that back heel away. Good. Make sure your right knee lines with your middle toe. Inhale, straighten that right leg. Exhale as you bend your knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. This time stay down. Opening your arms into Virabhadrasana. So really strong, powerful posture. I want you to imagine that golden sun shining from your solar plexus down into your hips, down into your legs, your knees, your lower legs, your toes, shining up into your chest, radiating down through your arms into your fingers and up into the crown of your head. Full of life, full of light, full of energy and power as you hold in your warrior pose. And then let's take the right hand to the right knee and reach the left arm over, or maybe come down onto your elbow. Okay, a little bit of a challenge for those of you who want to take it on and you don't need to. We can take the left hand down. Possibly you just hook your fingers around the top of your thigh, or maybe just rest your hand on your lower back. Or if you want to take a little bit more of a challenge in this pose, bring your right shoulder to the inside of your knee, and some of you might be able to reach under and grab hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Tucking your chin towards that top shoulder. Power up your legs. It's much stronger in the legs because you're not leaning on anything. And then you're going to look down, push through that right heel, release your hands and inhale and come up. Relax your arms, square your feet. Let's try that to the other side. Bend your left knee, turn your left foot out, lift onto the toes of the right foot, push the right heel back. We're going to inhale, exhale, bend the left knee, knees over your ankle, nice and strong. Inhale, straighten. Exhale as you bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. This time stay down. Your knee is over your ankle. You're grounding through that back leg. You're going to take the arms out. Virabhadrasana, warrior two pose. Release the shoulders. Feel that golden sunlight filling your body down into your toes, into your fingertips, up to the crown of your head. Feel that strength, that power in your body. And then you can take your left hand to your knee and your right arm over, maybe bringing your elbow to your knee. You can stay here, or you can bring that top hand around, maybe to the lower back. Maybe it reaches around to the top of the thigh. Maybe you want to take this shoulder to the inside of your knee and reach under. Just see if you can grab onto the opposite wrist. Either tucking your chin towards that top shoulder, or if you're able, if it's difficult for your neck, sorry, you can just look down. Good. And release. Push through the left heel. Inhale, come up. We're going to square the feet, keeping that nice wide stance.
Power up your legs. Press your feet down into the mat. I'm going to take the arms out, shoulder height. Inhale. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. And as you exhale, bend your knees and allow yourself to fold forward from your hip joints. So your fingers are trapped in your groins, in between your upper body and your lower body. Even if you're really very flexible and you know that you can do this and stick your head flat on the floor, just come to your spine is tabletop flat. Bring your hands to the mat, or maybe you're on your fingertips. And we're going to take a lovely little twist here. We're going to take the right arm up into the air. Inhale, look up at your right hand. Exhale, bring that hand down. And the left side, inhale, open up. Exhale, bring your hand down. Inhale, open up to the right. Exhale, down. Inhale, open up to the left. Exhale, down. Both hands press into the mat. If you're able to, you're going to walk your hands back now between your feet, allowing the crown of the head to descend towards the mat. Take some nice deep breaths. And then from here, what we can do is to, first of all, draw the heart forwards, look ahead of you. And if you're able to, just walking the hands forward and then springing your feet together to come into our little malasana squat. Okay, so the heels are together, you're up on your toes, shoulders down. It's a little bit of a balance. You might want to bring your fingertips off the floor. You might want to bring the palms of your hands together at your heart. Good. Let's take the left hand down, open the right arm up. Back to center. Take the right hand down, open the left arm up. Back to center. Good. Rest for a moment. And then you're going to come down onto your bum. So we're going to use the length of the mat again. So just sit yourself down. Bring your feet in front of you. And we're going to just start in a variation of Navasana. So you can have your feet on the floor or you can hover your feet off the mat. It's your choice. I'm going to bring the arms out in front. And then as you inhale, you're going to take your right arm back and you're just going to look back at your hand. Left arm reaches forward. And then you're going to exhale and bring that arm forwards. Left side, inhale, look back at your hand. Exhale, bring it forwards. Inhale, open up to the right. Exhale, forward. If you're working with your feet off the floor, it's probably getting quite strong now. Inhale. Exhale, higher we raise the feet, the stronger it's going to be. You could come into a half boat with your feet the same height as your knees. Drawing in through the belly, inhale. Exhale, you could still have your feet on the floor, fine. We could work with straight legs, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, good. Bend your knees, hug your knees in towards your chest. And pop your feet back to the floor. And we're just going to bring the hands behind the back. We're going to let the knees rock from side to side. Good. Just release all of that out. And then straightening your legs out along the mat. Sit nice and tall. If you need to, I'm going to work in some forward bends now. If you need to, you can bend your knees to take the pressure off your hamstrings. This way we're just going to inhale, we're going to raise the arms up overhead. Lengthen through the spine and a nice long spine as you come forward. Maybe you grab your feet, maybe you grab your ankles, maybe you're back up here with your knees, doesn't matter. We're going to hold in this position and take some lovely deep breaths. So working between compressing that abdominal area and opening it up. And here just feeling that gentle pressure of your belly against your thighs, which again is brilliant for stimulating the digestive system. Couple more breaths. And then we're going to inhale and come up. And we're going to work into Ardha Purvatasana. So bending your knees, your feet are hips width apart. For this, you can either have your fingertips facing forwards or you can have your fingertips facing back. Depends really on how open your shoulders are. We're going to press with the hands. We're going to curl the tailbone under. We're going to lift the hips up, scooping up into a tabletop position. And then you're going to exhale. You're going to sweep your hips back between your hands. Inhale, lifting up, opening through the front body. Exhale, sweeping the hips back between the hands. And again, inhale, lifting up and opening. Exhale, sweeping the hips back. This time, if you want to, we can come into this with straight legs. It's a little bit more of a challenge. So inhale, lift the hips up, see how you feel. If it's okay, you can straighten one leg, bring it back in, straighten the other leg. If it feels good to do so, then you can straighten both legs out, press up through the hips, squeeze the shoulder blades together, real powerful, strong pose. And then slowly lower your hips down to the mat. Give your legs a little shake. Let's just bring the feet in for a moment and just round your back. Dropping your head to your knees. Good. And then coming up, straighten out your left leg. Right knee is still bent in. And we're going to work into Manipura. So right hand comes behind your back. Lengthen through your spine. Inhale. Exhale, rotate belly to thigh, ribs to thigh, gazing back over your shoulder. If you are more flexible, you might want to bring your elbow outside your knee, but don't wrench yourself around with your arm. Just feel that lovely gentle rotation. Turning from inside your body rather than using your limbs to pull you around. And then release. Straighten out the right leg, bending the left leg. The left heel lines up with your left sit bone. Now you're going to wrap the right arm around as you take the left hand behind. Lengthen the spine, breathing in. Find that rotation as you breathe out. Stay with your breath. You might want to bring your elbow outside of your knee. And then release back to the front. Let's bend both knees in. Make sure you've got a clear space behind you. And you're going to roll down onto your mat. Curling in, drawing your navel to your spine as you roll down one vertebrae at a time. Once you're down on your back, bring your knees into your chest. Have a lovely little rock from side to side, massaging your back into the floor. And then pop your feet down, hips width apart. If you've got a block handy, then you might want to use it for the second part of this. We can come into a supported Setubandha or bridge pose. We're just going to work in and out of it with the breath first anyway. So we're going to press the feet down. Curl the tailbone under and just lift the hips up, opening through the front body. And then as you exhale from the top of your spine, rolling slowly, slowly down, all the way down to your tailbone. Curling under as you inhale, lift the hips, peeling each vertebrae away from the mat in sequence. And as you exhale, slowly, slowly roll down. It's not about how high you come up, it's about can you place each vertebrae in sequence, which takes a lot of control in the abdominal muscles. If you can, if you're working okay like this and you want to, we could start to add the arms in next time. So we exhale, we roll the spine down into the mat. And then on the inhalation, as you lift the hips, you can scoop the hands away from the floor and reach the arms over behind your head.
And then on the exhalation, slowly rolling down through the spine. Try and coordinate those two movements so your fingertips and your tailbone are going to touch the mat at the same time. A couple more times with this, just flowing with your own breath. Thinking of this posture here not as a back bend. It's often described as a back bend. Think of it as a front opening. So the full pose, or full bridge pose, or Urdhva Dhanurasana, translates as east facing pose. Okay, so Urdhva is the Sanskrit word for east. So as we said earlier, yoga traditionally practiced facing towards the east, towards the rising sun. So as you open up into your bridge pose, think about that idea of filling the front of your body with that golden sunlight, strength, power, courage. Last time now, we're going to roll it down, hands come to the floor, and then briefly bring your knees in towards your chest. Have a little rock. And then we'll come back into that posture and we'll hold it with or without the block. So you could have your feet hips width apart, just curl your tailbone under and scoop the hips up. If you're not using a block, you might want to try holding around your ankles. It's a nice variation. Or if you are using a block, you can just have the block underneath the back of the sacrum, just for some support. Either have the block on its side, or you can have it so that it's standing on its short edge, so it's in its tallest position. And again, you might want to take the arms over behind your head as you do that. Lovely deep breaths. Just stay here for another 3 breaths. And then when you're ready, release your arms down, lift up off your block, and then roll your spine down into the mat. We'll bring the knees into the chest. Give your knees a hug, give yourself a little rock from side to side. And then your choice, we can either come down and rest in Supta Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together, the hands on the belly. Or if you'd like to, we can come over into what we call the pose of tranquility. So for this, your shoulders are even distance away from your ears. You usually have a blanket under your shoulders for your shoulder stand. You might want to put that in place for this. And then we bring the knees in towards the chest and we take the feet over. So we're coming over, first of all, into our halasana, plow pose. Right down on the shoulders. And then we're going to reach the arms back as well. You're going to hold your ankles and you're just going to lift the feet until you find a point where you're balancing across the shoulders. Now it should feel like a tranquil place to be. And if it feels more like the pose of anxiety than the pose of tranquility, then obviously come down. You don't want to stay there if it feels uncomfortable in your neck or it's pinching in your shoulders. If you can, just stay here for maybe another 3 breaths. And then it's quite interesting to see if we can roll out of it. So if you want to really challenge yourself, you could leave the arms overhead. Maybe imagine that you're holding on to something that's anchoring the arms. And see if you can roll down 1 vertebrae at a time, really using the strength of your core. If you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. If you're able to, continue to lower down with straight legs, drawing in through your center. As you bring your feet down to the mat. And then we'll just, before we come into our Shavasana, we'll just take a couple of breaths in our fish pose. So let's work in Ardha Matsuyasana. Even if you can come into the full pose, let's just modify it for today. Come onto your elbows. So your elbows are underneath your shoulders like this. And then push with the elbows and really emphasize that lift in your chest. It's like someone's attached a wire to your sternum and your heart is drawn upwards as you inhale. It's nice to keep the chin towards the chest here. If you feel it's okay, you can take the head back. But just take some lovely deep breaths. Opening up. This pose is fantastic for supporting the immune system, really helping us to breathe right down into the bottom of the lungs. Good, and when you're ready to come down, just slowly release down onto your back. You might want to bring your knees into your chest once more. You might want to bring your head up to your knees. And then just coming down to rest on your back. Do take a moment to prepare yourself, grab your blanket, shove your socks on, make yourself cozy, and then you can join me down in Shavasana. Back to the hands on the floor. Lock it out to the side. And as you rest here, just notice how your body feels following that practice. Which areas of your body are you more aware of? Where do you feel that connection with yourself? For these last few minutes, just allow your mind to drop into your belly, into that Manipura area, solar plexus, center of courage, power, strength. Giving you the strength to overcome any fears that you may have been facing. And just drawing on that power. Feel solid, steady, grounded. Maybe just repeating to yourself in your mind the affirmation, I am courageous, I am whole, I stand in my power. When you're ready, just allowing your awareness to broaden out from that center. Aware of sounds, sensations. Aware of a sense of time and place.
Ready to move back into the rest of your day, taking with you that courage, that power, that strength. When you're ready, have a little wriggle, stretching out your fingers and your toes. Taking your arms over behind your head, have a really good stretch out and yawn. And then just curl yourself up into a little ball. You can drop onto your right hand side when you're ready. Coming into a seated position, and we'll just close the practice in the usual way. So bringing your hands together at your heart center, and we'll just inhale as we raise the arms slowly up overhead. Hands touch. As you exhale, feel a wave of peace and calm coming down over your body. Breathing in, the arms float up. Breathing out, lowering the arms, lowering the hands down. Last time, inhale, arms float up. As you exhale, bringing the hands down, the thumbs come to touch the forehead, to touch the heart. And we bow together, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm sorry about that slight technical hitch. It kind of threw me off a little bit there. So we have run over by a couple of minutes.